in a way I figured it was coming, but it's just still pretty weird to know that hockey just got canceled.
With rising cases in the Ontario region, sports and other large activities are shut down till further notice.
We were actually on the road when I was playing in Ottawa, and we drove about 2 hours and a half to go play our game, and we were warming up, and our coach came up and said, "Yeah, we're not going on the ice."
I was playing here in Thunder Bay, Fort William Canadians, midget AA, and yeah, we were just about to head into the finals of the city championships, and then everything got shut down.
Currently, we're sitting roughly in the middle of November. We'd probably be about 25 games into our regular season. We typically play 56 to 60 regular season games. Player movement across the country is a lot different. Guys are coming available. With major junior pushing their kids down into junior A, it's making other players that typically we wouldn't get in the SIJHL available.
Well, they postponed everything where I was, so to come back here and to be welcomed by Valley and those guys, everybody on the team with open arms was great, and to be back on the ice again, skating, it's always great.
In saying that, all the teams across the country are carrying 25 players right now. Typically it's 21, so we're finding a real shortage with some depth guys, some defensemen, stuff like that, where teams, say in the Manitoba League, there's 12 teams and they're all carrying 4 extra players, so there's a lot of players that typically we would have an opportunity to get that they're just not here. So we've done a really good job. Our scouting staff, we have a scouting staff of about 16 all across North America. Not being able to have American players, we had one get across the border. He's a student at Lakehead University, and he wasn't taking no for an answer.
It was hard for sure. I remember talking to several teams, and they would invite me to their camps and stuff like that, and I couldn't attend many of them because of COVID. They kept getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back until they just ended up not having one. So I reached out to this team, and they wanted me, right away. So I'm really happy for that. It was a different off season for sure for a lot of guys, and I'm just grateful to be here.
The locker room atmosphere, I'd say, actually took the biggest hit, because some of the best part about going to practice or to games is you're in the locker room with the guys, you're shooting the shit and enjoying each other's company, because really that's what everyone came here to do, is play hockey and be with the guys. So when you only get 15 minutes and they rush you out or you got to wear a mask, it kind of takes away from the whole atmosphere, I think. Well, while we're in the locker room, because it's kind of like our little bubble, we don't have to wear the masks all the time, but as soon as we step out, we put the masks on, we try to distance ourselves. There's little stickers on the bench and stuff like that to keep everyone spread out. So that's basically it. Oh, and our own water bottles as well.
You're not allowed to be at the rink as much, which is, anybody who knows hockey or has been a part of, I want to say like upper level hockey, so you get into like whether it's AAA or junior A or pro hockey, college hockey, being at the rink is your home. They're all just so excited, and we have a young team, so this is also new to most of them, right? But I'd say like when we first got out on the ice, everyone was jacked up.
I was really excited just getting on the ice. Like, I was pumped up for practice when it started. I've been having a blast so far.
I think, being the new kids on the block, you want to make an impression right away, bring in the best players as possible. Come out of the gate strong. Wanted to keep morale up in the dressing room.
When we found out we could play, especially that they said the regular season was going to start, the mood or the morale definitely went up, I'd say, for sure.
As far as on-ice practices, I mean, you have your bubble, right, of players. I know for sure there was restrictions on how many players you could have on the ice and bubbles and stuff. But for us, you know, we get our restrictions set on us. But as far as the on-ice stuff goes, we have the things we got to work on, which is normal stuff, right? So as best we can stay safe and adhere to the rules and regulations of the no contact stuff, we still are working on the things we think we need to work on. It was really nice to get these games in, and it's made practices better, and it makes our job better as a coach because you're actually trying to work on something, whether it's something you've seen you didn't do well in the video, you know, from the games, or maybe it's just something that you're trying to implement, new system in a game. But no, it's pretty interesting to see just that like competitive reason, right? It's incentive, right? It'd be like you're going to school without getting a degree. It's like, well, what the heck's the point, right? So. Yeah, you know, like having that end game, having that end goal, or seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, whatever you want to call it, I think all of us can relate to that, right? It's that extrinsic motivation. It's like you're working towards something. It's some visible or attainable, reachable goal that you're trying to build towards. So, you know, that kind of makes sense, I suppose. Yeah.
We got people from now Stanley or Oliver Papoonge, people from Thunder Bay, obviously, to come watch us, and you're bringing communities together, and that's what hockey does. It's been doing that forever, same with all sports. It gets people together, and people of all, like from everywhere, and they all love the game, and that's one thing everyone has in common.
Yeah, for sure. It's all about the fans and the community. We're nothing without them. They make everything happen, so whatever we can do to give back. I know we've gone out and helped out a little bit, the Salvation Army and stuff like that. We've done some stuff, so we're really grateful for all the fans and all the community that have helped bring this team into existence. So yeah, we just want to give back whatever we can to them.
We've been lucky. We've had great families step up. We have some that have 2 players and some that want 3. You know, without the billet families, we don't survive.
I think when you're playing hockey and you're winning and you're having a good time, then the connections, they just kind of go on their own. But like if you can't really force connections, and if you're not in the locker room a whole lot together, I don't think it really matters as long as what you do when you're on the ice together. That's what really does it.
It's so easy as a coach to overreact. Game 1 or week 1, or wow, we're not doing this very well. The forecheck stinks. And throw it out the window. But you got to stick to that process, and I think the more you wear each other down as people and get to know each other as people, get to the core of that person. That's something I put at the forefront of what I'm doing here. What we're doing here is building relationships, building community, being part of the community, and developing that person and player first and foremost. And in the end, I think that's where you're going to see the success, whether it's on or off the ice.